What up out there, everybody? How's everybody been doing? Been a minute. Sorry about that. I'm in Pattaya right now, so I've been very busy. But I wanted to hop on here and do a video real quick. Kind of just tell you what I think is going on. A lot of this talk about passport bros is bullshit. That's what I'm going to talk about. A lot of this talk about passport bros is bullshit. And I'm going to tell you why. Somehow, we allow passport bros to scapegoat us. Or maybe I'm talking too loud, I don't know. Somehow, we allow passport bros to be scapegoated to black men. Primarily African-American men. And I don't know how we allowed that to happen, or why we allowed that to happen, or why every time we talk about a passport bro, we denote that it's an African-American man. I've lived in 3 countries. I lived in all the hot countries. I lived in Brazil, 4 months. I lived in Colombia, 5 months. I lived in Pattaya. I think this is my 4th month. I'll probably be here the longest. Again, I'll probably be here for another, 6 months, that'll be 10 months, right? And I can tell you, from what I see, when I look around, I don't see any African-American men here. Sparsely, a sprinkle. So when you say passport bros are African-American men, what are you talking about, 100, 300 guys in the whole world? Maybe I'm being sarcastic, but really we can quantify a number. Maybe like if I said, I don't know, 20,000 African-American men have their passports. How many of them are in Pattaya at one time? How many of them are in Pattaya long term, right? So let's quantify that. So we're not the passport bros. The passport bros are European men. Caucasian, American, European, Australian, English, Irish, France. I mean, all those countries. You got like 13 countries where they come from, okay? And I'm looking around right now, and all I see is a bunch of what we would call white men, white dudes in Pattaya, all day, every day. So these are the passport bros. So my thing is, if you're gonna have a criticism about men traveling for companionship and adventure, and just to have a stress-free life, those are the guys you want to criticize, not me, not people who look like me. You definitely can't criticize me because I don't come short term. I only stay at least 6 months as long as I like. Right now, my rotation is between 2 countries, 6 months. So my whole next year is already planned out to be abroad. I won't even go back to America probably anytime soon. So that's probably, I would say, one of the criteria. Short-term travelers, less than a month, might fit into that category of being a passport bro. But definitely, you have to stop. If you have a platform, the honorable thing to do is to tell the truth. The next honorable thing to do is to be objective, and you're not being objective. And if you're going to be objective, you got to identify that passport bros are white men. I'm looking at one old white dude right now struggling to hobble down the stairs. Ain't no brothers here. You know what I'm saying? So stop it. Stop scapegoating us over and over and over again. All I hear is that you criticize it. They criticize men. They criticize African-American men, and they're not even doing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Most African-American men are still in the matrix by choice, or just whatever, trapped there, whatever the case may be, right? So I don't know how we got to be scapegoated. I'm gonna have to work on that. I don't know how we got to be scapegoated, but I'm gonna work on that. But anyway, I want to say this before I close this video. So there are several things men need in life to survive as an organism, right? First thing men need to survive is war. So men have to perpetually be in conflict all the time. That's one thing we need to survive. We need constant war. The second thing we need to survive is we need companionship. We need co-ed companionship, heterosexual companionship, the companionship of a woman. And while I'm not knocking all these white dudes for being here, it's obvious that in their country, the circumstances are probably much worse. And that brings up another question. If they're all here, who are their women with? Because their women aren't with men of color or Asian men in that country. So who are their men checking out to? If all the white men from Australia and England and those other countries are all in Colombia or Brazil or Pattaya in the tens of thousands, who are their women checked out with, right? Their women are alone at home right now. They got to be doing something. They need different needs, but they got to be doing something, right? So maybe there is a truth to the theory that they're all sharing the same guy. You got hundreds of women willing to share one guy, one bull, you know what I mean? So anyway, but the point I'm making is that why wouldn't you want to come abroad to different countries where the standard of attractiveness in men, the competency of women in romance is, well, the standard and the physical attractiveness of men and women in these other countries, except for Brazil, is very low. I just saw a dude right now. He's the same height as the chick he's with, like literally the same height. Like the chick is 5'4" and he's 5'4", right? Now, why would I bring that up? Because in America, you got primarily, right, African American women talking about he got to be 6 feet. 6 feet is short. 6'1" is short. You know, you got them being erroneous with their defeatism, right? Making up all kinds of reasons to defeat themselves by claiming men are inadequate for them, because there's a whole other psychological thing to it. But here, this 5'4" guy's with a girl who's exactly his size, and she looked like she really liked him. She all cool and chill. They over here cruising for lunch. He's having a good time. He seems cool and happy, and and she seems like she really is enjoying being around him. So, she doesn't seem self-conscious of the fact that he's the same height as her, right? So why wouldn't you want to pursue that? Why wouldn't you want to go somewhere and where the women have a higher comprehension of romance? In all these countries, the women definitely have a higher comprehension of romance. They're chill. There's no friends in these countries. What does that mean? That means that if you're friends with a woman in certain countries, she's going to be, what's the word? I don't want to say no. What's the opposite of that? You're going to have a sexual relationship with your friend who's a woman in any of these other countries. In any country than America, these women have sexual relationships with their friends. That's a fact. Even in Brazil, especially in Brazil, women in Brazil fuck their friends. I got this thing as a guy. Good. There's no such thing in Brazil as a guy friend. All the friends that are guys to girls, they have sexual relations with them. They fucking them. No such thing as in America where they say, oh, he's just a friend, I'm not going to have sex with him, Why is this guy come and sit next to me for? And pull the table right next to me? I don't understand. Yo, they be on me here so hard, it's like they go out of their way. These are white dudes. They go out of their way to sit next to me, to be in my preview. I haven't quite figured out what that's about yet, but they go out of their way. I mean, they go out of their way all the time. It's crazy. So anyway, and it's always when I start making a video, it's almost like a Truman Show thing, But anyway, so yeah, so you got to get away from the scapegoating and the lies. These are the truth. This is what I'm observing. I'm going to talk more about things that I'm observing today, but I just wanted to jump on real quick, and I had these thoughts, just wanted to get them off my chest. I'm going to finish eating my great meal, and then I'm going to go hang out with some friends, and it's Friday night in Pattaya. Anything can happen. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys later.